99% of life on Earth vanished, but not everything. Beneath the reign of giants, a secret lineage persisted. These early mammals were tiny, usually no bigger than a mouse. And their world was defined by shadows, predation, and scarce resources. The dinosaurs ruled the day, mammals owned the twilight hours. Nocturnality became their primary, non-negotiable survival tool. The fossil evidence shows their small skulls housed proportionally large brains. This larger brain capacity supported complex behaviors and navigation. A burrowing underground offered immediate, vital protection from giants above. And these subterranean networks formed hidden cities, safe from detection. And their diet was flexible. They were true opportunistic omnivores. Insects, roots, and fallen seeds sustained their small metabolisms. And now that we understand their hiding techniques, let's explore their anatomy. A mammalian skeletal structure allowed for quick, sustained movement. Like reptiles, their posture was upright, optimizing speed and agility. And fur provided essential insulation, crucial for maintaining constant body temperature. They were endotherms, generating internal heat, regardless of the external environment. Upper hearing was paramount. Specialized ear bones evolved for low-frequency detection. They could hear the subterranean vibrations of approaching predators. The differentiation of teeth, incisors, canines, molars, allowed dietary flexibility. Reproduction was slow, but the investment in offspring was intense. Lactation provided perfectly tailored, protected nutrition for vulnerable young. This parental care significantly increased survival odds for each individual. They maintained a low profile, avoiding the high-stakes competition of the giants. This strategy of remaining inconspicuous spanned over 100 million years. They were evolutionarily patient, waiting for their moment to emerge. Periods of climate fluctuation tested their metabolic efficiencies constantly. Their ability to quickly find sheltered microclimates was essential. Diversity existed, but size constraints held true across most lineages. They were key participants in the rise of early flowering plants. When evasion from aerial hunters like Pterosaurs demanded constant vigilance. Once the threat passed, they immediately resumed essential activity. The sheer metabolic demands of the giants dictated the smaller ones' lives. Ecological separation was achieved through strict temporal and spatial partitioning. The internal development of the mammalian fetus was another layer of protection. But geological evidence preserves these tiny, fragile records of existence. A sensory input, especially tactile feedback, guided their pitch-black movements. Scent mapping allowed navigation within their complex, dark territories. But they were not dominant, but they were incredibly persistent survivors. Cooperation, though localized, helped secure resources for the immediate community. A high metabolism necessitated frequent, small foraging excursions. And then, the ultimate environmental challenge arrived, ending one era. But darkness, cold, and famine swept across the globe simultaneously. What saved the mammals was their minimal need for sunlight energy. Their fur and small size allowed them to retain crucial body heat better. They could enter periods of torpor, slowing their energy demands drastically. When the dust settled, the large-scale food chains had collapsed entirely. Suddenly, the niches they occupied were no longer just survival refuges. The remaining resources were perfectly scaled for smaller consumers. What evolutionary pressures immediately favored those capable of rapid specialization. New limbs evolved for climbing, swimming, and specialized running. The generalist jaw became the template for future specialized diets. They were the hidden architecture upon which the modern world would be built. And their small size ensured they were seldom major targets for extinction events. This lineage secured the continuity of endothermy across millennia. On every furry creature today traces its survival back to that era. But their genetic blueprint proved robust enough to inherit the planet. They existed in the cracks, patiently waiting for opportunity. It was not brute force, but cunning and small stature that won. But the age of reptiles ended. The quiet age of mammals had finally begun.